So my name is Kavya. So I'll be teaching you on fundamentals of sports psychology. So I'll tell you what sports psychology is in simple terms. That is the study of how an individual or an athlete think, feel and behave in sports and performance. In simple words, that is sports psychology. But what exactly sports psychology studies is that they study about the psychological factors that improve performance or affects performance, and the application of this in improving or enhancing sports or performance. This is what sports psychology is. So there are two main objectives for sports psychology. The first one is how your mind affects your body, and the second one is how the body affects your mind. So I'll tell you what is the mind affects your body. So you'll be knowing what do you know what is anxiety, stress is. So that for an athlete, if they're anxious, that will affect their performance. So that's an example for what mind affects the body. The second one is how the body affects the mind. Imagine you are going for a running for 20 minutes. What will you feel after that?
What exhausted?
Other than that, you will be feeling exhausted, but at the same time you will be feeling that your mood is enhanced. You will feel better. So that is how the body affects the mind. So these are the two main objects why we study sports psychology, the reasons. So I'll go on to what the third one, the skills the athletes or the coaches or the sports psychologists will learn throughout. The first one is motivation. So what is motivation in your point of view?
Something that induces the interest of doing something.
Yeah, it's like why you play and what keeps you going to play that sports. In sports psychology, that is motivation. So without motivation, any talented athletes will lose their consistency to play. So that is the one skill the athletes should learn. And the second one is goal setting. So goal setting is setting clear targets to work throughout. So without a goal, it's very hard to reach the target. And the third one is focus. So the focus is paying attention to a specific thing without getting distracted. So imagine you are playing tennis and everyone are cheering for your opponent, not for you. So obviously you will get distracted. So the main thing that athletes should have is focus on the shuttle or whatever it is and continue the game without getting distracted. And the next one is confidence. So confidence is also an important thing. So it's like believing in yourself. You will know. In our real life also we need confidence a lot for gaining, and for moving forward in your life. So believing you can do it, that is confidence. The next one is stress control. In stress control, you will manage anxiety by staying calm even under pressure. So staying calm when it matters, that is stress control. The next one is visualization. So as an athlete, it's very important to visualize things before you go for a match or a sports, because visualization can help you to make it work more physically. If you think something, your mind works your body works exactly what your mind tells you. So that is visualization, practicing in your mind before doing it for real. That is visualization. The next one is positive self-talk. So positive self-talk is talking to yourself in a way that doesn't hurt you. Even when you are in pressure or stress, you are, instead of doing I can't do it, like you are talking to yourself that no, I have tried this before and I can do this. That is one kind of positive self-talk. Then we'll go on to, okay, so normally what do you think, for who all the sports psychology works?
For the sports person, athletes,
Yeah.
who plays games.
Yeah. But other than this, like normally they'll think, okay, for allied players we need sports psychologists. But other than this, for children also, in grassroots levels also, we need sports psychologist professionals. And for senior athletes or recreational players, or people using exercise for health and recovery, everyone, for all this group of people needs assistance from a sports psychologist. Yeah. The next one is, I'll explain you the 3 roles of a sports psychologist. The first one is research. So in research, like you know what research means, studying. So sports psychology research means you're studying something on things like motivation, focus, and effects of exercise. So you will do research on like every psychological aspects. The second one is teaching. So teaching means like we can teach students, coaches, and athletes on these psychological factors and how we can improve performance and its applications, everything. And the third one is consulting. So helping individuals and teams to improving their skills. That is consulting. The next I'll go on to, there are 2 main types of sports psychologist specialists. The first one is clinical sports psychologists. So they help with serious mental conditions like eating disorders or depression, what the athlete is facing in an that can be anything like even to serious health conditions. It can be serious also, or it can be very And the second one is educational sports psychology specialist. So they are mental coaches who teaches skills like again confidence, motivation, mental resilience, toughness, emotional control, everything. So why do you think the sports psychology is useful? Now I told all of this. So why it's useful for sports psychology? You can tell in your words.
Psychology is to follow all the factors which is important to achieve the target.
Yeah. Okay, so if I explain it in detail, for an athlete can play very easily when they are training or something, but then when they are under pressure, it requires a lot of effort, both mentally and physically. So it helps them to boost performance under pressure with the help of a sports psychologist. And the second one is help with injury and injury recovery. I have itself seen in my class, like there are many injured athletes. So as soon as they get injured, the first thing they'll think is, oh, my future is gone. And again, after 3-4 months also, again they'll be thinking, I'm wasting my time, my future is gone. If I play again, will I get injury again? Like fear of re-injury, everything will be there. So a sports psychologist can help them to recover from this and help them for the comeback. The third one is developing life skills like resilience and teamwork. So as an athlete, it's very important to have mental toughness and resilience. So sports psychologists can help them build this, and in team sports, this teamwork is also important, like building trust and unity inside the team. Without that, team is not going to work properly. So they can help with this also. The last one is promote long-term mental health through physical activity. So in this generation, what like many people, like they don't have time to do physical activity. So they don't know the importance of all this physical activity and how it's affecting their life and all. So the sports psychologist can help them, like counsel on this, the importance of this and like everything. Next, I'll go on to mental preparation techniques, what athletes will do before performance or during performance. The first one is pre-performance routine. So what pre-performance routine is? Their habits or rituals before competition to gain focus and control. For example, I will tell you. Have you seen tennis matches? Yeah. So before starting a serve, they will bounce the ball like 3-4 times. Why is that for? To gain focus and control. That is a kind of pre-performance routine. The second one is imagery skill, building imagery skills, imagery training. So mentally picturing yourself performing perfectly using all the senses, not only by hearing or just like you are feeling it. You are feeling that you are performing better or something like that. And so that comes under imagery training. So why this imagery training matters? Because your brain, brain can activate these neural pathways that can actually help you to, like I told before, like your body works exactly how your mind does. So this imagery training, make movements feel more familiar in real life. And I'll tell an example for this. So a football player is doing a penalty kick and he's thinking that he wants to hit exactly in the top corner. So he is imagining that okay, like that strike, that kick to the corner, everything. That comes under imagery training. Then the next one is mindfulness. So all of us have this this thing. When we are doing something, like if we are stressed or something, we won't be in that moment. We'll be thinking about the past or we'll be thinking about the future, what will happen. So mindfulness helps us to stay awake. Yeah, stay in the present. So it prevents us from overthinking. And so what athletes will do is they will keep on, if they are doing some mistake, they will keep on thinking like, okay, I'm resetting this game, I'm again going to focus on the next point. So that is one thing. And the last one is coping strategies. So what coping strategies will you usually do if you are stressed? If you are stressed on something, what is the normal thing which you usually do? Have you performed any coping strategies?
So you stay calm.
Yeah. Oh, but what do they generally do? They'll do this deep breathing exercise and
Relaxation.
Yeah. So that will come under coping strategies. So this prevents from this also prevents from frustration. So again, a tennis player lowers their point. So on the so they want to focus on the next serve. So before that, they are taking deep breath and serving the ball. So this is now whatever I have talked is about an individual. Now we'll go to team dynamics and communication. So what a sports psychologist can do, to work on, to build team trust and unity. So the first one is leadership and cohesion. What you can you tell what is leadership in your point of view?
Taking the lead of something.
Lead of the group or team in building trust and unity. So that's what a leader does. So this leadership is guiding and motivating the team, and this cohesion, maybe this word will be new for you. So cohesion is a very important thing for a team, because cohesion is, I told about trust and unity. So cohesion is the team's unity and trust. That is what cohesion means. So why it matters? Teams with strong leaders and high cohesion often perform better and stay motivated, because like now there's a football team. If there is like clash among the players and like if there is no unity and cohesion, what maybe the performance won't be. And it's vice versa also. The performance you won a match, that can also enhance this leadership and cohesion, all these qualities. So the second one is conflict management. Obviously, as a team, when you work on a team, there will be conflicts inside the team members itself or with the coach also. So conflict management, solving disagreements in a way that helps like everyone to cope properly. That is conflict management. The third one is coach-athlete relationship. So the sports psychologist can also help the coach and athletes to build the trust, respect, and mutual understanding everything. That is coach-athlete relationship. Now this is the last part. I will go on to role of a sports psychologist. So this is a step by step for first when an athlete is coming or a client who it can be if they are coming to a sports psychologist, what they will do first? They will, because they want to interact with them, they want to know themselves, know the athlete, know the individual. So they will take interview as in
introduction.
What they are doing, what is their problem, the problems they are facing, and based on this they give assessments. If the athlete is having anxiety while having high arousal or anxiety, they will give essays to questionnaires. This is just one example, and if he or she want to increase their mental toughness or imagery ability, based on that we'll give assessments to know what their strengths and weaknesses are. So according to this, we can build their increase their ability to perform. That is the first one. The first one is assess mental strengths and weaknesses. Second one is teach psychological skills. So now we understood what their strengths and weaknesses are. So according to this, we are going to give sessions or drills or whatever it is, like training, to enhance these skills. It can be like this imagery ability or mental toughness, confidence, motivation, anything. Then, so it's a step-by-step process. First, you will learn the skill, then you will practice the skill, then it will be automatic. While performing a match, like it will come automatically for the athlete during the match. Then in that itself there is something called adapt for injury rehab or high pressure events. So this psychologist skills, or as I told before, like injured athletes, so they think very negative, they'll do so much of negative self-talks. So we can help them improve, divert from this and help them do more positive self-talks also. The last one is collaborate with support team. So in that it comes under all these things come. Work with coaches to match mental skills to game plan, because the athlete won't be coming individually by themselves. Sometimes coaches will be there, or like from the academy they will be sending. So we'll collaborate with them as a sports psychologist. We'll collaborate with them and help them to improve their performance or whatever it can be. Team dynamics. So this is my conclusion part. What did you understand from in this session? We covered all the fundamentals of sports psychology. First, I gave the introduction. Then, why do we study sports psychology, and for who all the sports psychologists required, and role of a sports psychologist, types of sports psychologists, and what are the mental preparation techniques or pre-performance routine an athlete is doing, and role of a sports psychologist in enhancing performance, like everything. So I have covered all of these basic stuff.